Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So I wanted to kind of have a little bit of a sit down with you guys and talk to you about a few things. As you know, the kids and I have been doing the keto lifestyle. Right now I am about 3 weeks and 3 days, 3 or 4 days in. Next Tuesday will be exactly 1 month since I began keto, and it has been not without its challenges, and one of that being the cost of getting started. Probably the biggest question I have received over the last 3 weeks plus is keto expensive? Can you maintain it for the long haul? You're paying more for groceries than you were before. So I wanted to come and chit chat with you guys and let you know how I approach the keto lifestyle being a frugal mom. So if you're new to our channel, hey, how y'all doing? My name's Shakema. I'm a single mom that works full-time as a high school teacher, and I also homeschool my kids full-time. My biggest thing that I do on this channel is frugality. Maybe that's not the biggest thing, but I started this channel out being a mom and sharing with you all things mom. I am a couponer, huge. I am a advocate of homeschool. I am a thrifter, all of those things. And a lot of that was birthed out of the fact that when I went through my divorce, money was tight. The finances were just really, really tight. That's not to say that they're not still tight at times, but they're not as tight as they used to be. So over the last 3 weeks, the kids and I have started this keto journey. So over the last 3.5 weeks, thereabouts, the kids and I have made a transition from doing low carb. I was first doing Weight Watchers, and I've been doing Weight Watchers for about 1.5 years, 18 months roughly. And then we went to low carb. And right after I went to low carb, probably about the end of the school year, so right around May, I started having some health issues that were unexplained. We couldn't figure out what was going on. It started off with dizzy spells. We couldn't figure out what was going on. The room wasn't spinning, but I felt like I was going to pass out. Then I started having some lower extremity weakness in my legs, and it was difficult for me to walk. And all of this happened over a 2 to 3 month period. So from about the end of May, probably up until the week after we started keto. I was having some issues with my eyes, all kinds of things that were just unexplained. My energy was gone, and that is not me. Most people know me as high energy. I'm go, go, go. I have several irons in the fire, and that's just how I live my life. But I was down. The only thing I could do was come home and sit in my chair at night. I mean, it was tough. So during that time, and unbeknownst to anything, I had really started to wean myself off of carbs, because I knew from 10, 15 years ago when I did low carb before, which was the Atkins diet at that time, that I had lost a lot of weight. I didn't even have a good plumb line to measure my energy level, but I knew I needed to do something. I was going to specialists and this doctor and this test, and coming out of my pocket with a lot of money for doctor's appointments, and nobody could tell me what was wrong. So I went from Weight Watchers down to low carb. And one day I just realized, Shakema, you've got to do something to figure out if this is the problem. And I'm not saying carbs is the problem. I'm just saying, since I started the keto lifestyle, I feel amazing. I still have the occasional dizzy spell, but I was having them all day long. In the morning, in the evening, when I ate, when I didn't eat. It was everything. My legs were so exhausted. I explain it like, if you've done the the hardest workout you could ever do, how you feel after that workout. That's how I felt in my legs. My upper body felt fine, but my legs were so tired and it was hard to walk. And I started having to even ask the kids to help me get out the chair and help me go to the bathroom because I just needed somebody or something to lean on. And it just got to be a bit much. So I made a decision that we were going to switch to the keto, which was lower carbs than I was doing. On low carbs, I could be at about 60 carbs a day, according to the app I was using. On keto, I'm trying to stay at 20 carbs a day or less. So I made the switch, and with that, the problem I think I ran into was I think I started keto at the wrong time, meaning I started it in the summer when I have no pay months. I get my summer share account, which doesn't actually bring me in income. It's just money I put aside every month for the summer months so that we can have some income. Had I started keto in the end of August when I got my very first paycheck, I'm almost positive it wouldn't have been as a big impact as it was. But going into it with a low or no pay month was tough. And I know that a lot of people have followed my channel for my couponing videos and my grocery hauls because you've seen me get amazing deals for little bits of dollars. That is what I do. I am the couponer extraordinaire in this household. Am I better than anybody else? I don't know what people are doing, but I'm talking about coupons are what made my ends meet for the kids. Coupons are how we were able to eat on many nights when I wasn't sure where we were going to have food from. So coupons have been and still are a huge part of my life. The issue or the difference, it's not even an issue, it's a difference in how I use my coupons now is I use them more so for my personal and household items, not necessarily for my processed items, which I was getting a large amount of. However, there are and have been some amazing coupons on meats like sausage and bacon, creamer for my coffee. So I'm still able to get some things using coupons on keto. I'm just having to be extremely selective. So the question came up, because you're a frugal person and you know about your budget, are you able to sustain this budget long term? And the answer that I can give you very honestly is yes. I can sustain feeding 3 people a keto meals. All of our meals are keto Monday through Sunday for $75 a week. $60 a week is doable, and even $50 a week is doable. The challenge comes in with the items that you need to purchase or that you want to purchase. So we had to do a overhaul of our pantry, which means everything that was non-keto went out. That was conscious on my part. And what I did was I did a slow build. I slowly began to get the staples, the core staples of keto: coconut flour, almond flour, stevia. For a while I did Splenda, but then I transitioned into stevia. Coconut oil. I went to Walmart and was able to get the really big coconut oil for cheap price versus buying it somewhere else for a higher price. Peanut butter. So I've been able to, at Aldi is $3.89 for organic peanut butter. I go to Harris Teeter, I can get the natural creamy peanut butter for $1.99. So I do have to shop several stores to get the best deals of the week, but I'm still able to get those deals. So coconut oil, almond flour, stevia, peanut butter was another staple. One of the things that you guys are, if you've been with me for a while, are not used to seeing me purchase, if you go back and look at other videos, is meat. One of the reasons we were able to stay within a $35 to $60 budget weekly is because I didn't get a lot of meat unless I could find red tags, yellow markdown tags, or I had a coupon for like the packaged meat, sausages and different things like that. Those were the times when I was getting meats. So now my grocery hauls have meat included, and so it looks like I'm spending a lot more when in actuality I'm not really spending a lot more. I'm just shifting or reallocating funds for different items. So my basic staples for the week: broccoli is a staple for us. Eggs are a staple for us. Bacon is a staple for us. Sometimes I'll get sausage. I don't necessarily have to get that all the time, but those are the things that I try to get all the time that I know I can pay a little bit more for because I've saved on the household items. All of my laundry soaps I buy on a coupon. Everything that I use as far as body wash, shampoos, facial cleansers, anything we use for the floors, the Swiffer, all of those items, Clorox wipes, Lysol disinfectants, all of those, I use coupons. And so I'm able to take the coupon savings and dump that towards more of the organic things or more of the whole foods items that I need for keto. So another question was the Kerrygold butter. So here's my honest opinion on Kerrygold butter, and I am not sponsored by anybody. This video is not sponsored. This is all Shakema. I don't particularly care for Kerrygold butter more than I care for the non-name brand butter, whatever it is at Aldi's. I'd get that one just the same. I don't taste the difference, but a lot of keto people that I follow had been using it, and so if I could afford it that week, I'll get it. There are certain weeks where I don't buy certain things: eggs, bacon, butter, maybe not cheese. Those are items that I do have to get every week. But some things I just don't get every week. I don't use Kerrygold every time I do a meal. I don't use Kerrygold in my coffee. I do bulletproof coffee. I just use the regular Aldi butter because that's where I get it from. So if you're tracking with me, and you don't have to be, I'm just telling you how it works out for me. One of the most expensive items that I buy are the Lily's chocolate chips, the stevia chocolate chips. I don't have to buy the Lily's brand. If I have extra in the budget, I'll get it if that's something that the kids and I feel like we need for that week. We have done a lot of treats because I am a sweets person. I need that, or I have needed it in the past. So I have coupon for my household and personal items and had a little bit extra for the stevia chocolate chips. I watch Keto Connect all the time, and I haven't seen them use the Lily's brand yet. They just use regular Baker's dark chocolate, and that's about half the price of the Lily's. So I've thought about it. If I didn't have enough funds to get the Lily's, then I would just get the Baker's, and it would be no problem. It will work out just the same. So for me and my family, we've just had to follow our sales. We've had to get what we could with coupons so that we would have a little bit more. And praise the Lord that we're back in a pay cycle. So my budget for the week, September's weeks, was $75. Well, I can tell you that about $100 of that is already spent, and it didn't go to groceries. So I ended up, my sister and my best friend went out to dinner. We went out for lunch on Labor Day, and I picked up the bill because somebody else picked up the bill last time. And I know that I can use coupons to help me with my groceries money. So instead of me paying for it out of my debit card, I just pulled $40 out of my grocery money, and I use that for 3 adult meals and beverages. We only see each other every 3 to 4 months because our best friend lives about 2 hours away from us, and we're all working and busy. So that was a treat for us. And then we had the death in the family of someone who used to be in our church, and I spent about $55 on meal, and my son and I went over an additional night, and we took some cakes and drinks and things that night as well. So I don't even think I counted that in. I didn't even count that in. That was another $20. So I probably spent about $75 for that. Did I need to take that much? Probably not, but it was the right thing to do. It was what I wanted to do. So that actually cuts my last week budget of groceries out. out. Can I make it without getting more groceries? Sure I can. But will I be able to get more groceries? Sure I will, because I'll get a kids deposit where I can pull grocery money if I need to. So I'm planning between $60 and $75 a week for all of our keto needs. That is 21 meals a week. Breakfast, lunches, and dinners, and we have done well. What I'm planning to do is, if there's any left over from the week, I'm going to put it in a jar, and then whatever's left over will be my Costco money if I want to do a Costco haul. So I'm not going to pull additional monies in to do Costco. I may say $300 is my budget, $240, which is $60 a week, is going to go to weekly groceries. And 60 of that will be for Costco. I'm sticking with the $300 because that's what's working for us right now. So it is doable. Some things I was reading, her YouTube channel is Keto Karma. I was reading her book today. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. I'll try to link it. And she was saying, do you have to get all grass-fed and organic? And she said, absolutely not. There are some things she recommends to be grass-fed and organic. But listen, if your budget is not grass-fed or organic, and mine is not, then I get the things that I can. But on the weeks that I can go and get organic, I will. And then this month, fortunately for me, well, my Costco haul, fortunately for me, was a gift from a very, very dear friend of mine. A very dear friend of mine said, hey, I'm getting this for you. And that was after I had paid for the lunch for my sister and my friend. So I believe that the Lord brings it all back around for me. He really takes care of me. I can't even stress that enough and say that enough. I spent $40 out of my grocery budget doing a kindness for my sister and my friend. They had extended a kindness to me the last 2 times. And somebody came back the very same day, not the very same day, but 2 days later, it was a couple days later, and said, hey, I'm getting your Costco haul. So that is how it works. I give a little, God gives a lot. And so that didn't even have to come out of my budget, which helped to compensate for some of the funds that I spent for the family, for the meals and the cakes and the drinks on those 2 occasions that we went over and took food. So it works in my brain. There are times when you will spend a little bit more, and there are times when you spend a little bit less. What I have to do as the parent, as the mom, as the adult in charge is decide, do we need the lilies this week? That's $7. I can actually get 2 packs of meat that are marked down. We won't get the lilies this week. We'll save it for the week after. Those are the decisions that I have to make. And it's not a hard decision to make. So really and honestly, between $60 and $75 for my family of 3 that are eating on the keto lifestyle, it works out absolutely fabulously. And that includes a few treats for the kids here or there. Now, I am way limiting their treats just because I want to be true to the lifestyle that we are all trying to live. Because if I take myself and I leave my children behind, I don't feel like that's a good stewardship of my children. How anybody else does their children, they have to be the stewards over their children. So again, they're not as strict keto as I am, but they eat all of the main meals that I eat. If we go to a social, they're allowed to have the social food. We go to my sister's for social. She cooks. She is not keto at all. She cooks regular, and she cooks really well. So my kids love to eat at her house. I'm sticking to what I'm doing very strictly for me. To answer those few questions, or if you had any questions, and again, I'm not a health professional. I went to the doctor last week and spoke with my doctor. How is everything going? I feel better than I've ever felt. She said, Shakema, keep doing what you're doing. My blood pressure is down. I went to the specialist again to have another test done on my eye. Everything looks fine. Perfect numbers. I had the MRI done. Perfect on that. I went to another eye specialist. perfect. Everything looks so good. The only thing I have to have done in January is yearly blood work, and so far, so good. So I am thankful for this lifestyle. I'm thankful for those that have helped me along the way. I follow Shelly from Shelly's Home Life. I followed Shelly before she was doing keto. I followed her just because I found her cooking videos, and I love cooking videos. I found her when she was doing Weight Watchers and loved her doing Weight Watchers. I found her when she stopped doing Weight Watchers and loved her then. And now she's doing keto, and I love her because I'm able to see somebody else in my same situation trying to get healthy, and I can follow some of her cues and some of her tips, or she may see a product that I didn't think about, and I can, get that. I follow Keto Connect, Matt and Mega. A lot of the videos that I follow from them are about nutrients and macros and supplements, and I love their cooking videos. They've given me some great ideas and things that I can try. I just got into the Keto Karma. I don't know what her name is regularly, but on YouTube she's Keto Karma. Her cookbook, I just really start to dive into that today, but I have been loving and using the Craveable Keto cookbook. Me and my kids, we get in and we really do some amazing work. Alana's taking foods this semester, and she'll take health next semester. But in foods, in chapter 1, we talk about nutrients. And so with everybody being on this lifestyle, we can now go down our nutrients. You should have seen us earlier. Whenever we go to the store together, we're like, okay, what's the carbs on that? Does this have sugar? Look at the ingredients. And it's become a way of life for my children and I. Something to bring us closer together, because we're all in this weight loss journey. I have lost inches more than pounds, but I was down this morning. So I think I'm gonna do the monthly weigh-ins and see how that goes, because I've been up and down. But I know for a fact, just with the hidden carbs, that I'm not at 20 carbs or less. So that's a goal going into next week, is to hit my macros perfectly, or as perfectly as I can. I haven't been purposefully going over macros, but I just can't seem to get those hidden carbs. So I'm going to do a few less treats this week to see if that will help promote some weight loss. My digestion is not the best, so I'm doing some things to see if I can help promote some digestive health. So we're just, and my doctor knows about that, so we're good. But the overall arching question that I get is, can you do it long term on a frugal budget? And I'm here to tell you, absolutely 100% you can. Don't stop sending coupons if you're a coupon friend, because those coupons come in handy. The sausages I'm usually getting, when I can get the Oscar Mayer, I can get the pre-made bacon, I can get the coffee creamers, and then again, whatever I can get as far as household goods and personal items, then those freed up funds can then be dumped into the food budget to get more of the whole and the clean and the fresh produce and things that I need. So I hope that explains how I'm kind of handling keto and my budget. I am going to start tracking a little bit better. I didn't do as good this week, even though I spent only $64. I probably could have spent a whole lot less had I went just to Aldi this week. So I'm going to start tracking and catching my sales as best as I can over the next couple of weeks to make sure that I'm getting the best deals for my dollars. And Aldi doesn't take my coupons, so I like to go to Harris Teeter because I can get my coupon items at Harris Teeter. So that's it. Yes, you can do keto on a budget. In my opinion, for my budget, it is working for my family. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave us down below in the comment section. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you have that we can answer. If you're thinking about starting a keto lifestyle, please contact your healthcare professional. Get their opinions before you move forward, and make sure that you have had all of your testing that says you're perfectly healthy to move in that direction. We have done that at our house. So thank you again so much for stopping by our channel. We are blessed to have you. And until the next video, bye now.